Hi, I'm Dan, and I'm one of ViewSonic's professional development trainers. Welcome to your new view board. You either have a 52 series version, which is what I have here with me, or you have a 50 series version, which looks like this. And really, both of them are exactly the same. The only difference is the physical appearance. The buttons are on the bottom right corner. You also have some USB ports in the front. Now that blue button, which you can see right here on my board, is the power button. So blue means on, and you can obviously tell that my view board is on. If that button is red, it means it's turned off. Now, when the view board is turned on, this is what it looks like. This is what we call the view board OS. It allows us to use the board by itself. However, one of the easiest ways to use the view board is just to connect your laptop. And the reason is your laptop already has all your content on it. So you connect it with the USB cable and the HDMI, and you have a fully interactive device that you can pull up cool websites like FET or open your Google Slides or whatever your content is and immediately start using it. That being said, we're going to explore how to use the view board by itself. Now you're going to see that we have some apps here on our home screen. This is actually called the shelf. You can rearrange these. So for example, my view board display is one of our casting solutions. Really it's meant for guests. So like if you have a guest at your site and they need to be on the guest network or they're using a hotspot or something, they can cast with this software. We're going to go ahead and remove this by doing a 2-second touch and hold, and you'll notice that allows me to drag the icon, and I can just drag it down here to the trash can, and then that's going to get rid of it. We can also get rid of this folders icon, and that's going to remove it. Now, one of the ways we can use the view board other than plugging in our laptop is through casting, and we use the VCast receiver app to do that. To get to the VCast receiver app, what I'm going to need to do is touch this down arrow that opens up my shelf, and now I can use one finger to scroll down, and you'll see the VCast receiver app is down here at the bottom. Now, if I want to add it up to my shelf, just a 2-second touch and hold, and then I can drag it up and put it up here. Now make sure your view board is connected to the internet. You can see I have Wi-Fi bars down here, so I can literally click on that. That will then take me to my wireless networks where I can choose the network I want to connect to. Anytime you want to get back to the home screen, just find that home or that house button on the front of your panel, press that, and it's going to take you back to the view board OS. One of the most important apps in the Viewboard OS is the My Viewboard software. It's because we can bring all of our content and teach instructionally in one place. We don't need multiple apps to do everything that My Viewboard can do. Let's explore it and see what I'm talking about. So let's touch My Viewboard. It's going to open up. This is what it looks like when it opens up. There's a sign-in window. This is important because this is what allows us to sign in and connect to our cloud storage. But let's come back to this window in just a second. This white area is called your canvas. If you touch, it's going to write. And the board is multi-touch, so you can have multiple people writing at the same time. Now, the default tool that's active is called the pen tool. And the pen tool is down here in the main toolbar. You can see it right here. Now, above the pen tool, you'll see 3 dots. These are just like quick color changers. You can switch between red and blue and black. But if you want to get into more detailed pen settings, just touch the pen icon again and you'll see it opens up a menu where I can choose different colors. I have a slider to adjust the thickness, and then I have other kinds of writing tools like a highlighter. So if I choose blue, now you'll notice that my pen is blue. If I want to erase, right next to the pen is the eraser. When I select the eraser, you'll notice it turns off my pen. Now when I touch, it's going to erase instead of write. And if I touch it again, it's going to open up the eraser menu. The big trash can will wipe out everything. The little trash can just gets rid of any of your annotations. And the snowman looking one actually lets you drag around and select, and it will delete everything that you circle. Now the board, as I mentioned, is multi-touch. It allows you to write multiple people at the same time. However, it also can detect the size of objects. So let me give you an example. If you're writing and you want to erase, you actually don't have to switch to the eraser. All you need to do is make a flat palm like this, and it's automatically going to activate the eraser tool. That's because it detects the size of the object that's interacting with it. Same thing with the styluses that come with the panel. You'll notice that the stylus has a pointy side and a thick side. Notice that my pen is blue. So touch is blue pen. The thick side of the stylus is blue pen, but the pointy side is thin red pen. And you might be confused, like, wait, it's not doing what I want it to. But this is actually intentional. The board can detect the size of that pointy side. And so what it allows me to do is if I want to change the color of the pointy side, remember, touch the pen with the pointy side to open up the pen menu. Notice it says fine tip. I can now increase the thickness. Let's make it green. So now touch is blue, thick side's blue, but pointy side is green. So I can really get two tools out of the stylus just by spinning it around. But I wanted to make sure you know that. So when you pull out the stylus and you go to write with it, just know that the pointy side will always override whatever your active tool is, and it will always be pen. And then to adjust that, just select the pen icon with the pointy side. Don't forget your stylus magnetizes to the front of the panel. Now that you have the basics down, let's learn how to connect our cloud storage and bring in content. In order to do that, we need to get back to that sign-in window. So let's start by making a new page using the new page button. Looks like a piece of paper and a plus icon. Now I'm on page 2. And I want you to pay attention down here in the bottom right corner. It's a little hard to see, but there's this person icon. This is actually the sign-in window, and when we select it, you'll see that it opens up the sign-in window behind me. Now you'll notice that there's a spot for email password, but we actually don't use email password. We're either going to use our Apple ID, our Microsoft 365 account, or our Google Workspace account. If you don't have an account, you can click the sign up button or just head over to myviewboard.com and sign up for a free account. Now, I'm going to use another method or another way to sign in, and that's with the QR code. So we actually make an app called the My Viewboard Companion app. You can download this on your phone or your tablet or whatever you'd like to do. And what it does is it actually stores your credentials on your phone. And so what I can do here is I can open up the companion app. It saves my Google account. All I have to do is touch this QR code button and then scan this QR code. And then it's going to sign me in to the whiteboard software. And the way that I know I'm signed in is in the top left corner, you can see either your name or your email. And what's cool about this is that the board, before I signed in, didn't know who I was. Now that I've signed in, it has access to all my cloud storage, right? So I can bring in my content, teach and save and share it. So we're gonna go here to the magic box. The magic box is your import tool. So if I touch the magic box, it's gonna open up this window. You'll see that my Google Drive and my OneDrive now show up in the account. So if I select my Google Drive, I can now 1-2 tap into my drive. So remember that 2 taps? We'll go to my lesson folder and let's open up a document. Now you'll see that the magic box recognizes different file types from my Google Drive. For example, PDFs, there's a Google slide, there's a Google Doc. Any of these documents I can open up into the whiteboard software. So it's almost acting like the Google Drive app, but it's all inside the whiteboard software. So let's open up this PDF. 2 taps, 1, 2. It's going to download it. I'm going to select pages 1 and 2 from this PDF to import. And then I'm just going to choose the import button on the bottom right corner. You'll see here it brought in page 1. I'll use my arrows in the bottom left corner to navigate to page 2. And there you can see page 2. Now this document came in portrait mode. And so I want to be able to zoom in so it's a little easier to see. In order to do that, I need to use a new tool called Infinite Canvas. Infinite Canvas looks like a hand. When I select it, I can now use that zooming motion, so 2 fingers going away from each other, to zoom in on the canvas.